This dog that I adopted right here, Parker, German Shepherd, 2-ish years old, intact, has been one of the most reactive dogs I've worked with, let alone definitely the most reactive dog I've ever adopted. And it's frustrating. It's embarrassing. It can be debilitating. If I wasn't a professional dog trainer with over a decade of experience, I would find myself doing a lot less in life. I would be going less places. I would be doing less things. But I know after doing this for so long, especially with shepherds, they're so particularly reactive, but they have underlying issues, which other dogs do as well, that are holding them back, that are holding you back from living your best life with your dog, from either getting out of reactivity. Maybe your dog wasn't always reactive and they became reactive. Maybe they were reactive from the first day you either adopted them, or even some puppies are reactive. I had a little King Corso I got him at like 12 weeks old. I adopted him. Seems to be my pattern. But he was very barky and reactive and freaked out by people and things and strangers and stuff. And God love him. He got over it. He got better. There is always hope. There's like a little swamp situation going on here right now, and I am still wearing my slippers for some really dumb reason. Just needed to get this video out here to give you some hope that, like, look at this clip from Parker right here. This other shepherd is losing it. Not one friggin' peep out of this guy. Doesn't mean he's never reactive, but oh my God, that was like, I literally stopped, and it was my first in-person lesson with that client, and I was like, I just need to like point out the win of my own dog right now. I need to celebrate this with him, because that was friggin' awesome. Most reactive dogs are frustrated. They are very frustrated in a number of ways. Those ways include, one, most dogs are itchy, especially dogs that are eating kibble. And the reason that they're itchy is because most kibbles are very deficient in protein and very deficient in natural oils. It's an ultra-processed food. You can only eat so much McDonald's and Snickers before your body goes, no, and almost immediately your brain is like, your whole gut-brain health balance is out of check. And if your dog is eating ultra-processed food, kibble, 7 days a week, multiple meals a day, you think about it, it takes about 16 hours to digest one serving of kibble, which means if you're feeding them in the morning and the evening, that's 32 hours of digestion in a 24-hour period. That, like, the math doesn't add up. I've had dogs come and train with me, stay with me when I used to do board and trains, where every day I would offer them food. Hey, do you want some food? Hey, do you want some food? And every day they would turn up their noses. I had a poodle one time, day 5, no food. She still had a decent sized poop. It wasn't the 7 poop she had on day 1. And she wasn't even obese, but like, it stays in their system. So they're itchy. If you've ever had a case of eczema or sunburn or whatever, and you're itchy, bug bites. There you go. It's that time of year right now where bug bites, and you're just like digging at your skin and you're just feeling miserable. Imagine that all the time and not being able to tell anybody. So they're frustrated, right? And then when one little thing happens, when one little thing sets them off, they friggin' lose it. Just like you do especially if you've got kids or a neighbor that you don't like, or whatever, a barky dog perhaps. And it doesn't take much when you're already irritated to freaking lose it. So the answer to that, like, look, right now, Peepa is eating grass. She's doing that for a few different reasons. This time of year right now, it's fresh spring grass. She's loving it. They're all chomping away, getting nutrients. Having more greens in your dog's diet, what it'll do is fill up any little holes in their gut lining. They do better, like, for example, with broccoli, if you steam it just a little bit and blend it up for them, or dice it up really finely. Even if you don't steam it, even if you don't dice it, something's better than nothing, but you want them to absorb it. Otherwise, it's just kind of going to waste. Oils for their brain, massive, and their skin. The eggshells, you got to wash them first. But eggshells, or the lining of the eggshell, anything skin healthy for you is going to be skin healthy for your dog, and just make them feel so much better. A huge thing that I did with my dogs and discovered amazing changes was an animal biome gut health test. And send away some poop. They give you the information back, and when you read it, book in the free consult, because a lot of people read it and they're like, it's all good, it's all cleared off. And it's not all good. By finding out what's going miss, like what's too much and what's missing in your dog's gut, you find out quickly how to add those things or remove those things that are in their gut, and then they can just get back to feeling better. Most reactive dogs are insanely frustrated because they just want to socialize. A ton of dogs that go to doggy daycare on a regular basis are super reactive on leash because they're frustrated because they can't get over there. Well, it doesn't mean you just cut the leash and you go, well, we don't need the leash anymore because my dog's frustrated. No, you got to learn to control that frustration. And daycare, while it can be part of the problem, getting rid of daycare isn't the solution. It's how constructive are they socializing? At daycare, it's just run around, jack up, get all overstimulated, versus here, like they're all interacting with their environment differently. In order to do this safely and successfully, I teach an online e-collar course, how to get touch at a distance. It's not about punishing your dog, although you can do that too, very quickly, very easily, very accurately and humanely, to say, hey, what you're doing over there is wrong, whether it's being reactive. But first they have to understand what the e-collar is and how to turn off the pressure, the same way as you would teach a dog what leash pressure is, right? A leash is fine and humane and safe. It all depends how you use it, but either way, your dog has to know where it's coming from. So that frustration, that underlying frustration of not running off leash and getting that's very different than just chasing a ball. That can be off leash in your backyard, and it's very different than this environment. And this doesn't mean that you need to this isn't my land. I just went knocking on doors and asked somebody for permission and found an old trail that nobody uses. And the whole social thing, my biggest recommendation for people is hire a dog walker, somebody who takes packs of dogs out. They are typically very capable if they've been doing it for any amount of time. And it's that constructive walk. I'd much rather people did pack walks than daycare. It's a much, much healthier thing to do. The third part of this off-leash social thing is that you apply obedience with it, that it's not just a free range, free for all the time. You need to be able to communicate to your dog and get them to do things and work on that impulse control while they're out here. So if you are going to introduce a ball, a stick, or whatever, that you can also say, hey, leave that, come over to me. Also where e-collar training comes in. The last thing I'll note, totally different but related topic, is I've noticed a huge correlation between extremely reactive dogs and the ones that take the edible flea and tick medication. It is a neurotoxin. That's how it's killing the pests that go on your dogs. It's disrupting their brains. There's a lot of science proving that. So I've taken my dogs, so I've stopped giving that, but a lot of clients, I've seen a big change when they get rid of that. And if you have been giving that, giving them MCT oil to help flush that out of their bodies and their brains. If you want to learn more about e-collar training, click this video right here, or get the course and start training today. And as always, know what you're loved.